Sorry. Alright, so long form video, so I gotta go over 3 minutes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 things that make you smarter. 4 of them I already went over in a short, but at the time I'm recording this, I don't know if I'm going to post that one or different one, and so we will see. But for now, I'm just gonna do them all, just in case that's not the one I post. And I'm manually editing this, so if there's almost no editing at all, it's because I'm manually editing this instead of the AI I usually use. Yes, I use AI. Hyperfocus log. So, are you... Oh, I thought the dog was there. So, like, when you're studying, right? You're studying psychology. You're like, oh, okay, where does this do? Okay, that does that. Blah, blah, blah. Do you, like, hyperfocus? Like, are you too locked in and stuff? That's why people have ADHD, because they can hyperfocus. Not on command, but they still hyperfocus. That's why in certain areas, they will be really smart in certain area, worst ever in others, because they can hyperfocus on certain areas. Sensory crossfire. Do you think, yeah, Thursday, that's definitely green. Like, yeah, sunglasses, that's definitely yellow. Or cup noodles, that's definitely red. Or that YouTuber I really like, Joe Bartolozzi, yeah, he's definitely green. You know, like something like that, you know? Looping memory. By this I don't mean you're in bed, you're about to go to sleep, you're throwing a ball up and down, and you're just thinking that one thing from 4th grade. No, I mean constantly, every day, thinking, well, you could have done better. You could have said this instead of this. You could have said this joke instead of that joke. You could have hit the ball this way instead of this way. You could have thrown the ball this way instead of this way. You could have used this hand to catch that ball. You know? Something like that. Constantly, like you can't escape it. Time perception drift. Are you doing something in the morning, a small task in the morning, you look out your window, suddenly it's dark. That's definitely happened to me a couple times. So, I don't think I need to explain that one anymore. Error, obsession, loop, essentially the same thing as a looping memory. You constantly think, I could have done this instead of that, instead of blah, 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 you know? Social disconnection. You're smart, they're not. You see, if you're a psychologist, you see why that doesn't work. You see why you wouldn't want to be with them. You'd want to be with people who are actually smart. And so sometimes you just feel like this is a conversation I shouldn't be in. Do you think sometimes this is something, like, I shouldn't be talking, like, this is just, like, not very smart people. Dream logic bleed through. Do I need to explain? Do you use logic that you use in a dream? Or, like, logic that, like, doesn't make sense to anybody else? Like, this makes sense to everybody, but when you're doing 7 plus 7, most people, or like, 6 plus 7, most people are just like, yeah, that's 13. But some people, most people, who happen to be smart, say, well, 7 plus 7 is 14, we take 1 away from the 6, that's 1 minus 14, that's 13. One of them kind of contradicts it, but doesn't, because it's saying the opposite, but in a different field. And so, outside effect. I didn't write much on that. I don't even know what that is. So we're gonna have to skip that one. Sorry. So we're gonna have to skip that one. flipping perspectives. Does your perspective flip? Do you say this and then like, do you say, yeah, this is pretty nice? No, it's kind of ugly. You know, you say, yeah, this is probably gonna be easy. Nah, that's gonna be hard. Like, do you think like that? Does that happen to you? Arguing with your own opinions. Do you debate yourself? You can see that why that would make you smart, right? You're constantly changing your opinions to be the right one. You're constantly changing for the better. It's not. Most people think, what? Look at this. What? Most people think it's a bad thing that you're arguing with yourself. No, really, it's a really good thing. Creating rules to test them. You say, I gotta get over there before that card is. Normal boy activities. I mean, but like, stuff like that, just do that over and over and over again. Mentally zooming out while with small discussions. Like, not zooming out all the time. That's bad. Zoning out, whatever you want to call it, zoning, zooming. Like, you're in a conversation, they're talking about how they did 3/5 plus 8/6 in class. And you're thinking about why Saturn has rings. Need I say more? I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Dude, why do... Never mind. Seeing everything as a system. Like I said, 6 plus 7 is 13, because 7 plus 7 is 14, and take away 1 from 14, because of the 6, boom, 13. Seeing everything as a system instead of how it is, it's a system to you. You see why that would be a good thing, right? You see it. I know you see. I know you see. Replaying moments to learn from it. Same thing as looping memory, and same thing as error obsession loop. Same thing. Watching yourself while you're participating. Like a third person view. Kind of. You see? Like if you're running and you're watching yourself running, making sure your legs are moving right, you know? Not like this, like you are outside of this little one first person view. You're at a third person view. You're outside of yourself, observing yourself do whatever action it is. I'm doing that right now. Don't ask. Okay. That's 15. And it only took 8 minutes to do a quick, dude. There are so many, like, people who have, PhDs and this stuff that could do that stuff. Let me do advertising for an app that hopefully doesn't copyright me. It's called Captions. Search it up. And it AI edits for you, and I'm gonna try it out on some of my new shorts. Dude, I'm gonna edit this full form. I'm not letting it edit a full form video. I'm not that dumb. But it's actually really cool. I haven't checked it out yet because it's still loading the video. But it's a really cool idea. I saw it working for other people. Give it a try. You should too. Even if it sucks, you should still try it out. Maybe it works for you better than it works for me. Maybe my audio, maybe it's something like that.